Notes, notes, notes. Why should we make notes? Did you ever think of it? Let me tell you, notes help us to stay active and engaged during lectures, and they also help you in effective reading and revision. So now, how to make these notes? Don't worry, this video is all about that. So without any further delay, let's get started. If you don't know me, hello there. I'm Sumaira Anjum, studying first year diploma in Hindu College of Engineering and Technology, Amravati Road, Guntur. So let's start with today's topic. Notes play a very important role in academics. According to me, than reading, writing helps to remember things more well and more for a longer time. Many of you wanted to see my notes after watching my previous video, so I came up with this video. Basically, everyone has their own style of making notes. There are two types of notes. One is running notes and one is class notes. Look at the difference. They both have a lot of difference. Running notes is not the notes which runs actually. Okay, running notes is the notes which you note down when your teacher is teaching the lesson. It is a notes which you write with a lot of speed and you don't have the time to change the pens and maintain the neat handwriting and all. So that's what running notes is. And on the other side, class notes is what you can make very neatly. Teachers tell you what are the important points, what are the definitions and all, so you note it down in a neat way and you make margins and everything. This is what class notes is. And now both the notes have their own uses. Let me tell you, running notes is the notes which you make when your teacher is teaching. By making this running notes, what happens is immediately whenever your teacher is teaching, you will then and there get the point and it will be feeded in your brain. When you keep writing the thing which you're listening to, it will be definitely feeded in your mind, and if it is a new word, you'll remember it forever. Now make running notes only if you are able to understand the lesson and you are able to manage making notes, because if you are busy in writing and if you not understand the lesson, it's completely useless. So first try to understand the lesson, and when you are good at that, start making running notes, and that's gonna help to improve your studies. Or else you can do one more thing, listen to the lesson carefully, come home and then remind the lesson which you have heard and write them down as a running notes when you are free. So this is also a good strategy. For try to follow it and tell me how it worked for you. On the other hand, we have class notes. Class notes is really important because this is what you're going to present in your exams. Like you'll have some definitions, you'll have some diagrams, you'll have some boxes, and there are a lot of points in your class notes which you're going to present in your exam. So make your notes very neatly, like use different pens, use red or blue or black, whichever you're comfortable with, and try to use pencils try to draw some boxes with pencils and draw neat diagrams. Present the information in tabular forms as much as possible. When you do all this and open your book to read, you'll feel very interesting to read things and you'll enjoy reading. So follow this trick and make notes very neatly. Use star mark like this for side headings and the main points. So basically I use black pen for side headings and use blue pen for the notes which I write. And if there is an important formula, I put it in a box so that it pops up whenever I open the book. And one more thing, give space between line to line. Don't make notes so congested and don't fit all the notes in just 1 or 2 pages. Give some gap and make it look more attractive. Feel that you're writing your exam and this is the presentation which you're going to give in the exam, and make notes in that way. One more thing is, make your own notes, don't depend on others because you understand what you write, right? Nextly, I would like to say about maths. Maths is a very important subject in your 10th standard or 12th standard. Wherever you go, maths is like the really important subject. So what do I do is, as soon as we open my maths book, you'll see the list of lessons which are present in the book. Generally for maths, we'll definitely use 3 to 4 books per year. That's my guarantee. At least 3 books are compulsory. So yeah, whenever I open the book, I'll have the list of chapters which are present in this book. And what I did is I kept these sticky notes here. As you can see, there are different colors of sticky notes. so that I can open the chapter easily. As you can see, I wrote 7 chapter coordinate geometry here. So in this book, the first chapter which I'm gonna get is coordinate geometry, as you can see, and next you will have polynomials. See, here you have polynomials, and the sticky note I opened is the chapter of polynomials. So like this I have made some plan for my book, and as you can see, the max notes is also so neat and clean, and believe me, this notes will be helpful for me till the end of my life, because 10th max is the basic, and yeah, that's so important. And if you have observed here, I have made some boxes. These are the formulae, and these are the main important points to highlight in that sum. So I have kept boxes around them, and I have made partitions for different parts of the problem. Like here, alpha plus beta is one part, and minus b by a is the second RHS part of that formula. So I have made a partition between them to know the difference. Look at this, all the equal is equal to should be in the same line for a neat presentation. These minute things matter a lot. They give a nice impression to the examiner. And after every sum, I always have a habit of drawing 2 lines, double lines, and I also draw the margins with double lines. You can also draw single lines, no issues with that. And make sure to draw double lines like this whenever necessary, and use these boxes. And you can also use clouds or different, you can use your creative mind and make your notes. Okay, if you have observed, max notes is always of mistakes. Whenever your sir teaches a model of a sum and he gives you another model as a homework or as a task to do it in the classwork itself, do it in the class notes itself, and don't write it with pencil. Make sure to write it with pen itself, and if it is a mistake, strike it off and put it just like that, because when you are revising, you will know that here you have made mistake. And इससे क्या होगा कि जब आप रिवाइज करोगे, जब आप अपना नोट्स खोल के when you start doing the sums one by one, you will come to this sum and you will see that you have made mistake somewhere, and you will not repeat it once again. You can also use sticky notes, these kind of sticky notes in your notes, by writing some important points separately so that they don't get mixed up with the sums and the notes which you actually wrote. It's a technique which present generation children are doing, so I also recommend you to do so. And personally, I also like this very much. Wherever I find some important points, some interesting facts, I note them down in the sticky notes and place it wherever I want. So that's just a very nice tip too. And yeah, for max, wherever necessary, not only for max, for any subject, wherever necessary, make sure to draw diagrams. Okay, diagrams are also a very important part of presentation. And समटाइम्स क्या होता है कि डायग्राम्स ही आपका पूरा सम को, आपके पूरे टॉपिक को एक्सप्लेन कर देते हैं. सो डायग्राम्स ऑल्सो प्ले एन इम्पॉर्टेंट रोल. And coming to the material side, when you're reading the material, mark some, you'll feel some questions very important, right? So there you can put a tick mark and mark it as an important question in your own language. As you can see here, I've kept MTP, like this question is present in the model test paper, I mean the all-in-one notes which we've got. So like that, I keep some important notations which I only understand. Now when I give this book to some other, they will not know what this MTP is. So you will have some own creative ideas in you, so use them. Why not? When you have creativity, why don't you use them in studies itself. And when you're reading the textbooks, note the important points with a highlighter, mark them, underline them with a highlighter or a marker, and note some points on the rooftop of your book or sides of your book. These should be the points which are present in the particular page. Like in this page, there are some points which I noted them down on the top of this page. So like this, you can also write on the top or bottom, left or right, wherever the white space you have, you can write them. And before going to exam, if you just open the book, you can read those points and go to just recall the lesson. So that's all what I can say, that's all what I can help you with. And I know everyone is capable of making their own notes, so all the best, make good notes and study well. That's it for today's video. I hope you all liked it. These videos take up a lot of time, effort, and energy to make, and it's just a matter of seconds on subscribing. So make sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. See you all in the next video. Until then, take care and bye bye.